What does low ticket and high ticket mean? They're two different price points for the product that you could sell. And once you figure out which price point you're going to go for, it will determine the rest of the product. Low ticket is usually below $1,000 and it can even be $1. It could be $20, $50, $100, whatever. High ticket is usually above $1,000. So that seems simple enough. Okay, so it's just the price of something. If it's cheap, it's low ticket. If it's more expensive, it's high ticket. One of the differences then is the way that it's sold. Low ticket, when it's really cheap, you can sell it on what's called a sales page, kind of like a website, right? Where you go on the website, you see the price, you can click on it, put your card details in, and you can buy it. And it's passive, it's automatic. Imagine if I've got like one of these websites right now, people 24/7 can buy it with no extra work from me because it's quite cheap. So when you see the details on a sales page with like a little video that is from me saying, hey, you can buy this product for $37, whatever, it will sell just on a sales page. High ticket usually will not sell just on a sales page. Just because it's so expensive, people usually will want to speak to a human first before they go buy like $5,000 thing or $8,000 things. So high ticket is usually sold on sales calls. Basically, like you would hop on a Zoom call with someone and you would try and convince them to buy it, and you'd ask them like, oh hey, like what are you interested in? What's your goals? Okay, you want to buy this? Okay, here's the price, whatever. And eventually you might hire someone to take that call for you. So that's one of the main differences, is the way that it's sold. And then finally, once you have sold it to someone, it's what they get. When it's low ticket, you can imagine it's like a lesser, smaller version, and it usually will be DIY, done for you. So when someone buys my low ticket product, they bought the product, which is like a video course or something like that, and then that's it. It's just they've bought it, they've got access to it. Okay, go. Higher ticket, when it's 5K, whatever, it's usually done with you or even done for you, in the sense that when they buy it, you will literally like deliver with them. You'll make something for them. You'll like literally work with them. You'll do calls, you'll message them. There's of course a lot more work that you'll do to sort of deliver that money. There's of course going to be more work that you'll do to deliver the value that they've wanted to buy from you when it's higher ticket and more expensive. So of course you'll make more money if you get a high ticket sale of 8K compared to like a low ticket sale of like $30. But the difference is, of course, you can get hundreds of low ticket sales compared to the one high ticket, or you could get a couple of high ticket sales and you could make more money than the low ticket. So which one do you do? Because I tell you to do low ticket, other people are telling you to do high ticket. Should you have a 3K a month coaching program, or should you sell a $50 little course? Which one should you do? Let me break it down for you. I choose low ticket. And the reason why is because the biggest advantage of selling low ticket products is that there is no fulfillment. When you sell something that's only $50 or a couple $100, usually it's a one and done for you. The customer buys it, they get access to something like a course or something, and then you never actually have to kind of help them past that point because they've just bought like this PDF, this workout routine, whatever. That means like that's one of the biggest competitive advantages in business. You know why? Because when you sell low ticket products, if you don't have to fulfill on the product that they've bought, 100% of your time can be spent on building your brand, growing an audience. Every entrepreneur knows this. The single best use of your time, the single highest leverage use of your time is what? It's posting content and growing your audience. The high ticket guys, the high ticket sellers, they unfortunately, when they get a sale, it's only just begun. When they get a sale, they have to fulfill. They're like full time in fulfillment of the sale. So imagine I sell a low ticket course, like a $30 course on like building an aesthetic body. Someone buys it, they automatically get it delivered, and I never even have to like help them, teach them, whatever, because they've bought the workout routine and it gets sent to them. 100% of my time is on making more content, growing my audience. These guys, they get a sale for like 2K. But the moment that someone buys it, they don't really like just profit that 2K. They have to give $2,000 worth of value to the customer. They have to go on calls with them and text them and take them through this program and watch their results and everything. They have to, like, their work starts now. Your work basically ends once you sell a low ticket product and you've delivered the thing that you promised you would deliver. The work's done. These guys, the work starts. And so often, these guys, they're more focused on delivering the product, like for example, the coaching or whatever, than actually building the audience and the brand. This is why everyone who sells high ticket, usually they've got very small audiences, or if they do manage to just about break through, as there is a few people on YouTube who, for example, they sell high ticket coaching, whatever, but they've broken through and they've got 50, 100,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, they plateau hard as fuck. Why? Because these guys might get to 100,000 subscribers, maybe 200K, but then they're up against other guys who are actually just competitive as fuck in the social media game. You can't win. Do you see the difference, right? So the biggest advantage of selling cheap products is that when you sell one of those cheaper products, like the low ticket product, when you don't have to fulfill on it, all your time is spent back on the audience, social media. These guys will sell a product for 1K, 2K, whatever, but then most of their time is spent fulfilling that product instead of focusing on social media. That's the advantage of going low ticket. So let's discuss 2 realistic examples of people who are doing both of these different types of businesses, and then you can choose which lifestyle you want. We have the high ticket Jew and we have the low ticket Adonis. Let's first compare their lifestyles. The high ticket Jew doesn't like his life, but he makes money. Sounds very Jewish to me. He'll come up to you and complain, oh man, yeah, sales calls. Yeah, I had to take a sales call at like 2 a.m. yesterday, and then I had to wake up at like 3 a.m. because of my clients in America. He's a slave. He's literally a slave to the money. When you sell high ticket, you have this bloated part of your business where you've got to do these sales calls, or you've got to have clients that you've got to help, and you've got to do these coaching calls. You're pissing in a fucking bottle mid fucking Zoom call because you've got back-to-back calls or some crazy shit like that. These people don't like their work, but this is why I call them Jews, because they'll just do it for the money. The low ticket Adonis, what's his lifestyle? What's my lifestyle realistically? I wake up, 2-hour morning routine where I do whatever I want. I work for about 2 to 3 hours, and then the rest of the day is off. And I make actually more money than these guys as well. I don't do anything in business that I don't like. There's no sales calls, no ads, no shitty part of my business, no bloated team or anything. I literally just make content, which is the highest leverage thing you could possibly do in all businesses, literally in every business. So my life as a low ticket Adonis is fucking awesome. Let's talk about the team and the expenses of each of these people. The high ticket Jew, he either has to do his own sales calls. So imagine his calendar is packed and he has to go onto these calls where he's like trying to like say to people, oh, please, like, buy my course, imagine going on a Zoom call and having to try and convince people to buy your product. And all these high ticket guys, they like to have this energy of like, no, I don't do any convincing. I go on these calls and they close themselves. But it's not like that. You go on these fucking calls and you can do your little fucking conviction thing all you want. Either way, these guys have to go on Zoom calls where they literally have to try and convince people to buy their program. To me, sounds fucking gay as fuck. Why the fuck would I want to go on random fucking calls to try and make $1,000? I'd rather just make $1,000 fucking passively around the clock, right? But these guys, either they'll do those calls themselves or they'll have to hire people to do those calls. When you hire people to do those calls, you've got to pay them. Usually you'll pay them like 10, 20% of like whatever program you sell. The guy who goes on the sales calls for you, so a salesperson, you'll have to pay him. It's an extra team member that you're paying for. Then these guys will often run more ads, and then they have to fulfill the package that they've sold, which often will have more expense because they've got teammates to help them fulfill that package because they've sold something for 5K, so they need to have an extra coach or like a ad buyer or some shit. So basically these guys will have a pretty bloated team to sell and to fulfill the product that they're selling, which means that their actual percentage of profit that they're getting is quite low. So imagine if both people make $100,000, these guys might actually only profit 50K because they spend 50K a month on their sales team and their coaches and their ads. This is the life of the high ticket Jew. The low ticket Adonis basically doesn't really have much of a team. Camera guy, video editor, which also these guys also have as well. These guys also will have the content team. Almost everyone will have a bit of a content team these days. But these guys have got this whole bloated fucking sales team, sales manager, all this extra stuff, all this extra, this expense. The low ticket Adonis, it's like, okay, you've got your video editor. That's it. I don't need a salesman. I don't need any of the extra stuff. I've got the same content team as these guys, but just better because I just focus more on the content. So the profit margin is so different. These guys' profit margin might be 40%, 50%. These guys' profit margin might be 80, 90, maybe 95%. And let's talk about power and fear. The high ticket Jew. Do you think he comes from a place of security? Let's say he's got 3 clients paying him $8K a month each. He makes $24K a month. Pretty sick, right? Pretty sick. Let's say one of those clients he has churns, they leave. 1/3 of his income has just vanished. He's not even profitable anymore. He's worrying. He's like, oh shit, oh, I need to get another client. Oh, really need to close this guy. Oh, please buy it. Please, please, please. He doesn't have much power in business. One customer of his leaving can fuck him. Low ticket Adonis, hundreds, maybe thousands of customers. One guy leaves, it's okay. 100 guys leaves, it's okay. Imagine this one guy, if one of his clients, one of his customers happens to be a bit of an asshole, he has to just take it. One customer being a bit of an asshole when you sell low ticket, when you've got hundreds of thousands of customers, it's fine. Refund him and delete him from the program. It's fine, no problem. You don't have much power. It's kind of like monogamy in a weird way. Monogamy is like, okay, you can only date one girl at a time. If you're dating just one girl and she starts acting up and being bitchy, it's like, that's a big chaotic thing, right? That's like this. It's like a high ticket purchase. Marriage is like a high ticket purchase. If your wife is like acting up, you're like, oh shit, well, I can't really do much. You've got to like fucking deal with this shit. It's, oh, she's being disrespectful. She's fucked that black guy. And, oh shit, oh, you know, oh, okay. Oh, counseling, oh, therapy, whatever. Okay, fucking pussy, right? You're just overthinking. When you've got plenty of women in your life and one girl does something that you don't like, you kind of laugh about it, you're like, okay, whatever. And it doesn't even cross your mind because you've got other women. Why would you want just one? Now, of course, bro, if you're white and especially if you're European and you're insecure, you're like, oh, but one woman, like, okay, yeah, sure, fine. But once you've got healthy levels of testosterone, you'll be thinking, yeah, like, more is actually better. It literally is better. It's like, it's your God-given right as a fucking man. More is better. Now, in dating, but in customers as well. Why would you just want a handful of customers and then one or two of them leave and you're fucked? Hundreds, thousands of customers give you the fucking power that if a couple leave, it's fine. If someone's acting up, you can just fucking remove them from your life. Give them a refund, it's fine. They've got way more power this way. So you can see the vast difference between the high-ticket Jews and the low-ticket Adonises. And if you're wondering, okay, well, how do I live the low-ticket Adonis life? Because I'm telling you, it's the 10 out of 10 life. I promise. I give you my fucking word. It's so much better than this high-ticket life. And also, by the way, like, not to shit on these guys too much, selling high-ticket's still fucking awesome. You're still making money. You're still a businessman. Okay, sweet. You know, like, I'm comparing, like, a star versus a business, for example. If you're making money in business, bro, you're already living a fucking sick life, right? My friends who sell high-ticket, they've already got good lives. Not as good as me. Maybe about 80% is good, maybe about 70% is good. They're still a bit sleep deprived. All of them are sleep deprived. All of them have to like piss into the bottle every now and then on their Zoom calls, and they're like, you know, running off to quickly go piss in the toilet before the next Zoom call or something. It's a bit shit. You're still a bit of a modern day slave, but I'll give you like a fucking 70% good boy. What's it called? Attaboy, whatever. Yeah, sure, little bro. You've been trying, nice. You're still better than the fucking 99% of fucking peasants, so fair enough. If you want to go high ticket, by all means. But if you want to be a low ticket fucking Adonis and you want to have literally the lifestyle of a fucking modern day rock star where you wake up, you work like 2 hours and then you literally make 100k a month and you just don't have to work more than that if you don't want to. And 100% of your work hours is on stuff that's literally fun. Then fucking build that business. Top link in the description is my program where I literally give you the step-by-step protocol. I literally just fucking implement it for you. I grab your little fucking weak little what's that shit called, like weak hand grip hands. I grab your hands and I make you fucking press the buttons so you actually get some fucking results in this business. I literally tell you what words to say in your YouTube videos, what words to say in your sales video. I give you a copy and paste fucking, like, everything is just done. So if you're a fucking retard, you can build the same business as me, the low ticket Adonis business. And if you're not a retard, by the way, you'll make progress even faster. Top link in the description, go there right now. The next point I want to make to you is to not believe the exaggerated income claims that the high ticket Jews make. A lot of these guys are my friends, by the way, but I do believe it is a bit manipulative. A lot of these guys do talk a lot about, I make 100k a month, 200k a month. They are lying. Well, it's kind of a lie. Basically, what they're hoping is that you don't understand the game of business, so you believe the number that they say. What a lot of these guys will not say is how much profit they make. So how much income a business makes, revenue, like how much cash a business gets, doesn't actually matter, because what really matters is how much is the business profiting. Like, for example, look, if I told you I make $1 million a month, that'd be fucking insane. But imagine if I had to spend $990,000 that month to make the million. You're probably thinking that's absurd, but just think about that as an example. So I made 10k, right? Now making 10k is still pretty cool, right? But if your expenses are that high, That's a shit business model, and it's scary as fuck to be in, right? It's like, that's fucking crazy. Imagine you had to like spend 990k to like make this fucking, I don't know, this piece of art or something. You had to make it with fucking gold, whatever, and it could fuck up. There could be a fire, whatever, right? So it's like, it doesn't really matter how much someone tells you they make. The real game of business is how much did you profit? And most of these high ticket Jews won't really tell you that, because they inflate like how much money they act like they're making. Because they have massive teams, they pay for ads. So when these guys tell you they make 100k a month, what they really mean is they profit maybe 25 to like 60k. When I tell you I make a million a year profit, it means literally that's how much cash gets put into my fucking bank account, gets put into like real estate and crypto and whatever. That's real money, right? That's money after fucking taxes. That's money after the expenses of the cameraman and the editor or whatever. That's the difference. And you'll know who's legit, who actually tells you how much profit they make. This is why of all entrepreneurs, the guy I've got the most respect for is Iman Gadzhi. I met him in like 2022, and he taught me this lesson like super early, in like, you know, a year or so into like being super serious in business, where he told me about a bunch of entrepreneurs, and he was like, yeah, like how much money they say they make is not really legit. It's how much revenue they make, which is a fucking stupid metric. And he told me from that point on to just track profit. And I took that to heart. And the reason why sometimes I'll say the word income to myself or to you is because my profit's so high. Like we basically have almost no expenses in my business, maybe like 10%. So however much money I make, like, you know, in the sale of my product is about how much money I actually fucking make. When one of these guys gets like a $5,000 sale, about 1K is like almost instantly lost in the sales team and the deliverables and this staff and this staff and this staff. It's like they've just lost like 20% of the fucking sale almost right away. And that's like a pretty good number for these guys. Most of these guys maybe operate at like 50% of their profit. Most of these guys operate at like a 50% profit margin. When they tell you 100k a month, what they really mean, if they weren't being liars, was 50k a month. When I tell you 100k a month, I literally mean that's how much profit cash is actually stacked onto my fucking bank, right? You see the difference? So it sounds weird, but from the same amount of sales, the low ticket Adonis will make so much more actual money, just because this guy has to spend more money to make the same amount of money. So here's my big advice for you. If you can get famous, sell low ticket. From around 2023 to 2024, I actually struggled in business, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I was just listening to these high ticket salesmen, because these are all my friends, right? There's almost no one else I know who's like massive in the low ticket space. It's like Iman and Andrew Tate, for example. They've got massive followings, and then they sell like a $50 product, $37 product, whatever. There's not many guys who are really big in this game, because everyone just ends up selling high ticket, because that's like the conventional belief. So by the way, I should have said this earlier on. What I'm saying is like, it's controversial. No one agrees with me on the internet, apart from basically two of the biggest entrepreneurs in this space. So it's interesting. The two biggest guys who are making the most money do low ticket, but everyone else will tell you I'm wrong and the high ticket's better. And I listened to these guys. I started to sell high ticket, and it was fucking miserable. And I was like, wait, this is nowhere near as fun or as profitable as people make it out to be. You've suddenly got a calendar full of fucking calls. I do one call a fucking week, and it's fucking fun. It's awesome. It's like basically like a Q&A thing. It's awesome. It's actually genuinely fun. I don't do any sales calls. I don't have this random fucking team where I've got a message and say, hey, did you close? Yeah, 30%, whatever. I don't have to do any of that. So one of the mistakes I made was listening to these guys, because I didn't realize it, but it's like, if you've got the potential to gain a massive audience, or if you have one already like I do, selling low ticket, bro, is 100% better. So it took me a while to realize this, but I realized I should monetize kind of like how I assume IShowSpeed, he's like some big Twitch streamer, or Logan Paul, or Mr. Beast. I should monetize more like those guys who are massive influencers, and they sell thousands, tens of thousands, millions of little products, $30 here, $50 here, $5 here. If you can get famous, you should sell that kind of product, like a $30 course, a $100 course, a $20 t-shirt, a $10 drink, whatever. You should sell that. If you can't get famous because, for example, your niche just doesn't have that many people in, which honestly, most guys watching this, that isn't you. But if you happen to like be selling into a niche where there's literally like thousands of people in the world, which I promise is probably not yours, by the way, But if that is the case, okay, fair enough, then you probably maybe need to sell higher ticket because there's just not that many people to sell to. But if you're selling to a niche like fucking fitness, building an aesthetic body, bro, there's fucking millions of guys who will buy that. If you're selling fucking no fap or something, millions of guys, even if you try and make it a bit more sub niche of no fap for Muslim guys, millions of guys are there. Fucking fitness for brown guys, millions of guys are there. You can get a fucking huge audience if you sell low ticket to those guys. If you can get famous, if you want to get famous, or I shouldn't say that because I don't want to get famous. You probably don't want to. Wanting fame is a fucking idiotic fucking thing. It's more so if you believe you can, and if, for example, you know that it's gonna make you rich at the same time, then go sell low ticket. The reason why is because, look, when you sell low ticket, you don't have to fulfill, you don't have the sales team, you don't have any of that stuff. You can focus 100% back onto the content. This is what Mr. Beast is doing, Logan Paul or whatever. When you sell these cheap products that don't need more time from you after it's been sold, all your time can go into becoming a bigger influencer and getting more sales, bigger and bigger and bigger. In the end, I want to leave you with like the biggest piece of advice, which is more on like philosophy and kind of like strategy. What do you want your life's experience to be? What do you actually want to spend your time doing? For me, it's always been just making content, just recording videos. That's what I want my time to be on. Why? Because it's the highest leverage. I knew this even before like audience building and branding was kind of like known in this space over the last few years because of like Alex Hormozi and stuff. But even years ago, I just thought, yeah, if I was rich, what I would spend my time doing is just making content because it can just help the most amount of people. It's the most purposeful thing I could possibly be doing on planet Earth. Maybe in the future it'll be something else, but it's still the same thing, just making content. That's what I want to spend my time doing. If you want to spend your time making content, then you should not have any product that actually requires loads of work from you. Now, I have like group coaching programs, like a big community, where I still go in there and I reply to people, but that's still in some ways making content where I make modules for them, I make courses for them and stuff. So you see, it's like, even though it's a bit of a fulfillment thing, it's like, it's still low ticket, it's still the same thing. So that's why I will always sell low ticket, because that's my life experience. I just want to make a product, set it up, and I just want to focus on making content. If, for example, you want to have that very personal life experience with like one entrepreneur and you want to help him scale up, sure. I've tried that, and for me, it's not fun at all, bro, to be speaking to some guy who makes 30K and he's like, yeah, I want to get up to 50K or something. That's like not enjoyable for me at all. I don't want to fucking do that. It's like this fucking greedy little Jew's like asking me like how he can scale up. Oh, I need to scale up, whatever. I want to help fucking beginners. I want to help the masses start getting some fucking sales, right? I want to have a tribe of fucking millions of guys around the world who feel like I've helped them a lot, and they're getting started in the gym, they're getting started in business, whatever. That's where I've wanted my life to go. And so that's why I sell products that have very little actual fulfillment from me. I don't want to spend my fucking days waking up and then Zoom call to Zoom call to Zoom call to Zoom call. I still do some calls, like I do like 2 calls in my ECC program. Like if you join this program, I go on calls, review my students' videos and whatever. But it's like 2 calls, 2 hours, and it's like, it's fun for me, you know what I mean? It's not like every day, it's not like fucking 5 hours of calls or some ridiculous shit like that. And I also make more money from this program with those 2 calls than these guys that the high ticket Jews would make from like fucking 5-6 different clients, and they're taking like 5-6 calls a week or something. So I've designed my business in a way that's already given me the dream life I possibly could have wished for, and I also make a fuck ton of money at the same time. And that's what I'd recommend for you as a general philosophy. What do you actually want to spend your time doing? If you want to spend your time on Zoom calls with people, you could do, but I find them like a bit fucking boring. Like my calls, it's not like a one-to-one call, it's like a community call, which means it's basically just content. I'm just like speaking out, everyone's listening, and everyone's live, like in the live chat, kind of like a stream. And that feels super engaging for me. I personally don't like the calls where I'm sat there and I have to listen to some fucking retard answer my questions, and most people are just not that like good at communication. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, you know, it's just not enjoyable to be on a call with like 99% of people. So I don't like that. I don't want that to be my fucking life experience. Even if I could make more money from it, I just wouldn't do it. So my lesson to you, if you're anything like me, go the low ticket route, and whatever niche you're getting into on YouTube, just be like, yeah, fuck it. I could get to 100,000 subscribers in a couple of years. I could get to 500K subscribers. If you're in fitness, for example, there's nothing actually stopping you from getting to 500K subscribers 1, 2, 3 years from now. There's a new kid getting fucking hundreds of thousands of followers every single fucking few months. There's someone else who's like fucking hit 1 million, 3 million, who's a new big influencer. There's a lot of demand for this type of content these days. So don't you ever try and like be small dicked about it. That's what I would recommend. low ticket, it served me very well. And the few times I've tried stepping into high ticket, I've just been depressed and I'm like, yeah, this is boring as fuck. I hate these fucking half an hour, 1 hour Zoom calls, one-to-one. I hate this fucking work where I have to like look at one person at a time. I can like, let's say some people will tell me like, why don't you start some high ticket thing like 10K a month for some entrepreneur? I could sell some entrepreneur a 10K a month coaching program where I start doing calls with them and reviewing the things. But I could also make 10K a month more in my current programs and do nothing else, like that, nothing different. You get what I mean? It's like, it's just bloated. The whole thing with high ticket is so bloated compared to low ticket. The final decider is like, could you hit 100K, 500K, 1 million followers? If you could, if you believe you could, if you'd like to, low ticket. If you just couldn't, it would be impossible because there literally isn't 100,000 people in the area that you're thinking about, which probably there is, by the way, but just in cases for the few percentage of people who are watching this, if there isn't even 100,000 people on earth who could fit your sort of avatar, then you might need to sell high ticket, fair enough. But if you could get to 1 million followers, just fucking sell low ticket, bro. $50 course, $200 course, $500 program, whatever, $10 fucking, I don't know, merch or something like that. You can make millions of dollars like that. That's what I would recommend. That's, in my opinion, is like the new influencer age. That's where it's heading towards. You just got to learn how to get good on social media to do that. And the beautiful thing with low ticket products is that you can, because your only task in business is to keep growing your social media. Because when you make the product, which will take you a few hours or a few days, you don't have to look at it again. You don't have to fulfill it. You just keep focusing on making the content. So that's why I choose low ticket. That's why when I decided high ticket, I saw my YouTube channel kind of like plateau for quite a long time because I was just like debating between like this stupid fucking new kind of style of business. And now it's like, it feels like it's like rising up again now that I've sort of reminded myself. I'm more of an influencer like Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, like not like them, you know, on the topic or whatever, but just of that sort of business model than I am like these high ticket random coaches or services or agencies or whatever. This is what works for me. It probably will work for you as well. Top link in the description. Join the program if you want to build the same business as me. I will literally give you the step-by-step protocol, and I'll look at your YouTube channel and I'll tell you what fucking words to say in your YouTube video to get more views, and I'll tell you what words to say in your fucking sales video to get more sales. It's fucking awesome. It's like literally the best fucking program to become an educational content creator like me. Top link in the description. Every single day there's like 3 new posts of guys saying that they just got their first sale since they joined, so go and join right now. Click and watch this video. Goodbye. Mwah.